Okay, and we're recording. Hello, hello, hello. This is
Oh,
Coffee Plant Review, and it's not about reviewing coffee or plants or coffee plants. Uh,
like coffee.
yes, or plant coffee. Yeah, it's a podcast. Okay, so you may be wondering why it's called Coffee Plant Review. It's because,
Well, I like coffee.
and I like plants, and we're reviewing things. In this case,
Yeah.
books. Yeah.
Yeah, in this case, it's an amazing book that life
Life.
that we read.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah,
it's
it
about a
is.
life.
Yeah, it's a memoir by Connor Franta called A Work in Progress.
A memoir.
A memoir.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, how are you doing, Maddie? Like, how has your weekend been?
It's been awful. How's your weekend been, Sam?
Mine has been fine. I know I already mentioned this to you, but like, the 911 music video came out on Friday, and I swear it's like so good. There's like so much symbolism and stuff, and I'm just like, oh
Yeah,
my
I
god.
really need to watch it.
Yes, it's literally an allegory. It's like 4 minutes long, so
4 minutes? Mm.
yeah.
How long is the song?
The song, like 911, is like maybe 3 minutes long, but then like they also add in Chromatica 2, which is like uh build up. It's like a transition into the song, and like at the end of it they have like a little bit more stuff, so
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
That's a vibe.
Yeah, so you should watch it. It's really good.
Yeah,
No,
we recommend for everyone.
yeah, not meant, maybe not meant for everyone, but it's like really good. But yeah, back to the book, and we have these bullet points, so let's get through them, I guess.
Our notes.
Okay. So you want to like read them like one by one? I read the first one and you read the second one. Okay, good. So, yes.
Yes.
First, what do you think it's like to get so many viewers so quickly at such a young age?
Well, like, I wouldn't really know because obviously we've never been in that situation. But I feel like it would be kind of crazy and you'd kind of like be in denial at first. Like,
Yeah. Like,
because especially like at a young age, you aren't used to having that many people listen to you and take you seriously.
yeah, it's kind of like all those like child actors, you know, like in like Disney shows
Mm-hmm.
and Nickelodeon shows. Like when you get famous at such a young age, like for a lot of people, it kind of like messes them up a little bit. Like,
Yeah, like
they,
usually they either take a good path, like their career gets better, or like sometimes it can like backfire and then
yeah,
end badly. But
yeah,
in this case, I guess I think it ended well. Well,
yeah. Like
but
Connor
like,
seems like one of those people who are like really down to earth and like
yeah,
is like a person.
yeah, he's a person, a lovely human being. He is.
A human being, yes.
Yes.
So in the book, he mentioned that it's like 1 minute you're talking to yourself, and then like the next you're talking to 4 million people online. Like,
Yeah, like 4 million people is like kind of. I can't really imagine how many people that would look like.
that wouldn't like fit into most rooms.
Yeah, I can't imagine like seeing that many people. So like imagine just like standing on a stage and like seeing 4 million people around you. Like that's
Like that's pretty much what his videos are. Like,
I know, but like he doesn't see the viewers.
yeah, he
He
doesn't
just talks
see
to the camera.
yeah, but then they're like just there.
I think it takes a lot for like him to actually like realize that. Oh yeah, those numbers are actual people.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So like next in his book, he like talks about stigma of
Yeah.
the YouTube like scene or whatever.
Yeah. So it's like when you tell someone, oh, I'm a YouTuber, like, it comes with, like, all these preconceptions, like, oh, do you make money from that? And they're like, oh, maybe it's not a stable career. If they don't know you, they're like, oh, so, like, are you famous? Like, because, like, if they don't know you, they don't think you're famous, you know?
Mhm.
But, like, in Connor's case, he is, like, kind of famous, like 4 million views. That's, like, a lot for, like, each video, you know?
Yeah,
So,
I feel like there's, like, a different version of famous in different regards. Like, there's, like, celebrity famous, and there's YouTube famous, and there's, like, different social medias, like, because being famous on one platform doesn't necessarily mean you're famous across all of them.
yeah.
And I feel like people are like, oh, you're famous? Then how come I haven't heard of you? Because they're not on that platform, so they don't recognize that they actually have a large reach of audience.
Yeah. And I feel like when you're YouTube famous, especially when you're doing something like what Connor does, where, like, he basically shows you, like, parts of his life, and, like, you connect with your audience a lot more than if you're just, like, let's say, a singer, because, like, they hear your songs and, like, they hear parts of your life, but most people don't really know that much about your life. Like, most people know you because they're like, oh, you sang that song, it sounded good. But with Connor, it's more like, oh, you're Connor Franta, I watch your videos, like, oh, I know, like, you're a runner, you, like,
yeah, like,
make
you know
friends.
that more in depth. Like, it feels like you have a more personal connection to them than you would with, like, a celebrity you just see, like, pictures of, or, like, you hear them talk about random things.
Yeah, and, like, a lot of people who don't watch YouTube regularly, like, don't know this about, like, YouTubers. And, like, you know, they also think that YouTubers, like, they don't do any work. They think, oh, you just upload a video and then suddenly you're getting, like, some money. Like, once they find out he gets money from it, they're like, oh, so it's, like, pretty easy. You just, like, upload a video and cash comes. But, like, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah. It takes
Like,
all the production and stuff. That takes a lot out of a person, especially when you're just starting out.
Yeah, and, like, when you're editing, because, like, I have made, like, a few videos, and, like, editing takes a while, and it's, like, so cringy to edit yourself. Like, you just hear your voice, and, oh,
I would hate listening to myself talk over and over.
Yeah.
Or, like, even just, like, watching myself in the video. You know,
I know, yeah. Everyone just, like, doesn't like stuff.
Yeah, it's just like, self-hatred. Okay. That is. Yeah.
Okay. And then the next chapter, he talks about his childhood. So, like, his childhood seemed, like, pretty good. He, like, was fairly distant from technology, and, like, he had a lot of siblings.
He was very, like,
so, like,
who lived outside and, like, did outdoor activities and stuff like that, like traveling with his family.
Yeah, and, like, I feel like for us in our generation, like, we don't do that as much. Like, especially now during a pandemic, like, everyone's just staying at home. Everyone has technology. Like,
yeah, like, there's no, like, I, like, see this a lot, like, with my siblings. Like, they don't care to go outside a lot. Like, majority of our childhoods were spent inside because, like, we were the first kind of generation to, like, grow up with technology already, like, existing in a broad spectrum, I guess. So, like, we're just used to having that around, so we didn't have a need to go outside and do different things to keep us entertained.
Because I remember before I, like, actually had, like, a phone or, like, an iPad or anything, like, I would have to play outside.
Mhm.
And I remember, like, before I moved to, like, this house, which was, like, in 5th grade, so, like, or no, it's 4th grade. So, like, before 4th grade, I pretty much, like, played outside. And that's, like,
Mhm.
kind of crazy to me now because I'm just like, what was I doing? Literally, I remember I had, like, this metal stick that came from, like, these, like, shades. And, yeah, like, it's just, like, broken and, like, there are these, like, metal poles. And I just, like, slammed them into the concrete to make sparks. And, like,
Yeah.
that was my entertainment, literally.
Yeah, I like remember loving to play outside, and then like once I remember like kind of around when my sister was born, it started to be like, oh, constantly inside and constantly like doing things inside because like my brother didn't want to go outside and my sister was too young to do anything, so like the outside just became like, oh, we're not gonna do that.
Huh. I never thought of that before.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah. I still don't understand what that means. Anyway. Yeah. And then like, yeah. And then in like the next chapter, he has like these letters from his mom and his dad, and like they're like have a lot of different like I don't know. They have a lot of differences. Like the mom's one is handwritten and the dad like typed it out, and they kind of both described Connor in like kind of different ways a little bit. Whereas like the dad focused more on like different parts of like different memories, whereas the mom kind of focused like overall, I guess. I don't know how you feel about that.
I mean, yeah, because like his dad was more like Connor is like stubborn and strong-willed, while his mom is like saying that like fast is your natural speed. And it I guess like they both talk about like him generally, you know. But like she does talk about when he first said the word stupid and he got put into timeout.
Yeah, well, I think most kids can relate to that.
Yeah. Yeah. But like back to what his dad was saying, like being strong-willed and like popular, like that's something you kind of need when you're a YouTuber, because like you know, if you don't like assert what you want, then like you're not gonna be able to like have the confidence to like upload your videos. And you also need to be popular. You have to be able to be popular, because if you're not, like, people won't watch your videos, you know? Like, you won't be successful. At least, like, a lot of people who are popular are more likely, I feel like, to be more popular on YouTube.
Yeah, and I feel like they kind of described his personality, like being, like, through the like different memories and things they shared of him. And I feel like in order to be successful, like you were talking about, like in order to be popular, you kind of have to have like a likable and like fun personality to like grab people's attention. And I feel like that kind of also helped him, whereas like people could like find him entertaining and enjoyable to watch if he's just talking about his normal life.
Okay, I don't know how long this has been going on, but like there are so many bullet points, and I feel like it's been at least 20 minutes. I feel like we should skip some of them.
Yeah. So like, what's the next one you want to do?
Okay, we can like brush over the time capsule, because like he has this little page that's like a time capsule, and it's so funny. Like
Yeah.
literally, like friends' names, everyone.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of what the letter we did freshman year.
I don't remember that.
It's okay. We will be receiving it at the end of this year, so you will remember.
Okay. Yeah. Because like literally everything that he writes in here, and I think this was in high school. Like
No,
yeah,
it's eighth grade.
It's 8th grade. Oh.
It says on the page.
Oh, I think it's covered by sticky note. Okay.
Well,
Wait, no, that's a
sure.
6. Wait.
I'm pretty sure it's an 8.
Oh yeah, that's it. I was looking at the date.
Oh, yeah. 2007. March 6th.
Wow. Yeah, and then like all something like a little kid would be writing.
Yeah. My friend's name, everyone.
Yes. Okay. So let's just like move on from that. Friendship levels, I guess.
Yeah.
So he talks about that.
Yeah, he talks about like the differences between like a best friend, a good friend, just a friend, an acquaintance, and like a stranger, and he kind of like defines them in like certain levels with this like certain characteristics.
Yeah, and like it's interesting because most of the people you talk to, like, they're not really your friend. Like, a lot of them are really just like acquaintances, people that, you know, you might just like say hi to, you know. Like, the people who are like your close friends and your best friends, like, those are the people that you'll be more likely to talk to like after high school, you know?
Yeah.
So,
like, yeah, especially with like the thing where he's like, those people you consider to be part of your family. I feel like it's kind of takes a long while for a friendship to get to that point. So there's probably like not many people that like have that level of friendship.
yeah. Let's see. So what's the next bullet point you want to do?
I don't know. Let's see. We could talk about like the chair story, I guess.
The chair story.
The chair story about like the philosophical professor thing in the Bob.
Oh my god, yes, that chair.
Yes.
God.
So like the professor of like the philosophy class like just like took a chair and he put it in the front of the room and he's like, write a question explaining to me why this is not a chair. Like,
yeah, and like literally, like it makes sense because it's like, well, a chair is like something made by people, and like people are the ones who defined it as chair. Really, it's a bunch of wood that's like piled over there.
Yeah, like I remember, like I said in the book, it was like the person who got like an A wrote, what chair, like question mark, and like I feel like that's like pretty representative. Like, oh, what exactly is a chair? Like kind of what you were saying.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a point that says, is pursuing the arts worth it? Like, do you think it is worth it to like go and pursue something that you don't really know could like give you a stable career? Like, you don't know if you'll be able to live if you go pursue it.
Like, I think in some cases it is worth it because, like, it does work out for some people and it will make you, like, for some people that's the life they actually, like, that's worth living to them. So I feel like if that's the only thing that really makes you happy, or if that's the only thing you can see yourself doing, then you should definitely go for it. But like in certain occasions, like sometimes it just isn't worth it, like because the risks outweigh like the benefit of doing something like in the arts. So it really depends on the situation.
Yeah. And I feel like sometimes it's like if you're not good at it, like I know this might sound kind of bad, but like if you're not good at what you do, then like maybe you shouldn't do it. Like of course you can always get better. Like if you know that you will get better, maybe you should try pursuing the arts, but like if if you somehow know that like you'll never get better at something, like you literally can't, but you like doing it, maybe you should consider having it as like a hobby first, and then like pursuing it.
Yeah,
like,
you
if
really
you
need
start
to think over that kind of thing. Do a cost benefit analysis.
So you go choose the next bullet point, I guess.
We can talk about the wisdom of the mother, I guess.
The wisdom of the mother.
The wisdom of the mother. The thing that his mom said.
Of the mother.
Of the madre.
Mother.
Yeah, I really love how I wrote this. Anyway.
Like.
She bullet points brings joy. Anyway.
Yeah. So, like, what the mother was basically saying was, like, if you're okay with yourself, no one can hurt you. Because, like, here, Maddie, why don't you explain the context?
So, like, the context. Like, an example, or what it was, like, kind of saying in the book?
Like, what was going on in the book for her mother?
Oh, in the book, he was kind of talking about how his brother had, like, insulted him by, like, I think they were fighting over, like, the remote or something, and his brother ended up calling him fat. And so he, like, kind of got really upset about it, and he went and asked his mom if am I fat? And she was like, well, what do you think? And are you okay with it? And that's kind of like what led up to it, because she's saying, well, if you're okay with yourself, no one can hurt you because you're okay with it. So if it's something you're not okay with it, why don't you go and like work towards making it something you are happy with?
Yeah, like that is something that's like a lot of people, even at our age, like have to work on, Like, and some things, if you can't change it, then like you have to stop worrying about it, Like, I know it's easy to say just stop worrying about it, because like it's not always that simple. You can't just always stop worrying about it. Not if you could, then like you probably would, right? Yeah, I mean,
it's more just like accepting yourself for who you are and loving yourself for it.
Yeah. I mean, of course, like, if you want to, like, start running or something, like, yeah, you should, like, try to do that if that's something you want to do. But,
if it's going to make you happier and it's going to make you, like, in a better place with yourself, then go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Like, if you're okay with, like, your weight and someone calls you fat, you can just be like, yeah, I know. And what about it? Like...
Yeah, what about it? I don't care. I like it.
Yeah. So that's great.
Yes. High wisdom of the Madre.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the bullet point that said OMG. Maddie.
Well, that connects to how the heck does a human being say no? I can't,
Maddie.
Maddie. Okay, so what was this on again? This is on saying no.
Yes. So Connor talks about how saying no is like a hard thing for him to do because like he likes pleasing people. He doesn't want people to feel bad. And I feel like that's a little bit like a lot of it the same thing as like how you feel. Like you don't want to hurt anyone and so like it's difficult for you to say no. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I just like can't say no to people because it's like if they're asking me to do something, I know that like they're asking me because they want me to do it, I guess, and I just like don't want to make them feel upset or anything if I say no, and I don't want to like let them down or like give them a like bad impression and be like, oh, like she's saying no, she's blowing me off, or like she's saying no, she doesn't want to talk to me, like stuff like that. So like I constantly say yes, which kind of gets me in really bad situations because sometimes I'll like say yes to this, and say yes to this, and then I'll be just like extremely overwhelmed with all the stuff I have to do, which is kind of a problem. So like, and you have yelled at me multiple times because I refuse to say no to people.
I feel like yell is a strong word.
Yeah, extremely frustrated with me because I won't say no to people.
Okay. I mean, like, here's the thing, though. Most of the people you probably won't see or talk to, like, ever again. Like, after you graduate high school, or even later on in life, like, you might see them maybe 1 or 2 times, but, like, how much are they influencing your life?
They're influencing my life by asking me to be in theirs.
Yes, but if you don't want to.
If I don't want to, but like the thing is, if it's not that big of a deal, like if someone's just asking me like, oh, can you like do this one thing for me real quick, or like if it's not going to impact me badly in any way, why would I say no?
Yeah, obviously, like, if they're like, oh, can you pass me the water, then, like, yeah, sure, you know? But if they're like, oh, come help me with, like, these 100 items and tasks that we need to do together right this moment, like...
I have an exact example of this. So, like, there was this lady that, like, my mom wanted me to go help move boxes. And,
gosh.
So I went to go help her, like, move her boxes and stuff. And, like, that was all we were supposed to do. And then she said, oh, well, like, while you're here, can you help me, like, do, like, these clothes and stuff? And I was like, yeah, sure. And she just, like, constantly, like, kept being like, oh, well, can you do this thing, too, and this thing, too, and this thing, too? And I was just like, I can't really say no because I'm just stuck there and my mom isn't there. I was there by myself with that lady. And I was just like, well, how do I just be like, no, I don't want to do that for you. Like, where am I supposed to go?
I feel like I kind of understand that situation because it's kind of like, well, I mean, you don't have anything better to do in that moment because, like, your mom literally isn't there yet. So, like, I guess want to just keep helping out.
My mom was, like, on her, like, she wasn't answering me, like, because I was texting her. I was like, hey, I'm done with the boxes. And my mom just, like, wasn't answering me. And I was like, really? What the heck? And so, like, she was like, well, while you're here, since your mom isn't here yet and she's not answering, can you do this for me? And I was just like,
okay, now that I'm thinking about it, she, like, low-key turned you into, like, her maid.
Exactly. It was problem.
No. And you literally don't even know her. You don't even know how your mom knows her, right?
No.
Like, no, like, you don't know your mom? Like, you don't know
my
how your mom...
knows her, but I don't know how.
you don't know how your mom.
So like she's
Yeah.
just a random lady to me that my mom trusted to watch over me alone.
Yeah, that's just like you're probably never gonna see her again, and it's just like.
Yeah, I really
like,
hope I don't.
That situation, like you can help her because like you're just stuck there, but you know if you have somewhere to be, like, and your mom was there, like maybe in that situation, like you should probably say no.
Yeah, if I ever say no to people, I always have like an I'm sorry, I can't do it because of this, because I feel bad saying no without like a reason for saying no. And I know like sometimes they don't deserve a reason for me saying no to them, but like.
Oh, do you have an example for that? Who doesn't deserve reason?
Okay, so like in chemistry, sophomore year, there was this girl who would always ask me to give her all my homework, like all my notebook stuff, because I was like really, really good in that class. Like I had like a really like over 100%. So she was like, "Oh, could you just like send me all the notebook work?" And I was like, no, sorry, can't do that. I don't have access to my notebook at this time." Because I was just like, I don't want to say no. I don't want to cheat or anything. But like, I don't want
to actually not have access, or did you just not want to give it to her?
No, I just didn't want to give it to her because I didn't want to like cheat or anything. But like the first time I had given it, like I had given her a couple pages because like she was like going through a lot of stuff like in her personal life or whatever, and she really needed help. So I was like, okay, well like I can go over it with you and like give you the stuff. So like I did that, which was like me sitting with her and like we did it together because she had missed like a couple weeks of school and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, well I'll help you out. But then she started just asking me for stuff constantly, and I was like, can't do that.
Yeah, because I feel like I've been kind of in that situation where like someone's asked me for like homework or something before, and a lot of the times I am just like, no, learn it yourself. It's in the textbook. Go read that chapter. And like, yeah, I feel like I have like gotten good at like asserting like what I am comfortable with. But yeah, everyone has things that they need to work on. So yeah. Okay, it's your turn to pick a bullet point.
The next bullet point is coffee.
Coffee.
We don't even have to go over this. Coffee is a saint and a virtue, and we love coffee. Well, I don't think you like coffee as much as I do.
I don't drink coffee.
Coffee is so good, though. Like, I recently discovered cold brew. I don't know if I've talked to you about this, but it's kind of like an iced coffee, and it's delicious and amazing, and I love it so much. And that's my coffee obsession is very bad.
I'm scared of caffeine and like caffeine addiction because like that's a thing.
You
like,
can always have decaf coffee.
Okay, but like still.
Plus, if you
like
limit yourself, which I am incapable of doing, you will be
fine. I don't know. A lot of the time, like, I try limiting myself on things, but like once I loosen up a little bit, I just start going at it. Like, for example, I've tried to cut down on sugar and stuff, but then like my parents are always trying to like feed me more sugar through like ice cream, and I'm just like, okay, fine, I'll get like these popsicles, and now I eat like 1 or 2 popsicles every single day. Every single day. Like, I can't let myself do things.
Yeah, like I started drinking coffee like just like occasionally, like maybe like once like in a great while, and then like I my like dad like found out I really liked it, so he like bought like a lot of it for me, and I was like, this is bad because I couldn't limit myself, so I just started having one like almost every day, and now I have one like basically every day. So
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. So like, and then I like at my mom's house, she still limits me to like one coffee every other day, but still, that's a lot of coffee, and I shouldn't be doing that to myself. But it's coffee, so it's.
Okay. Oh, also, if you're listening to this, we're talking about coffee because like there's like this page in here about how Connor loves coffee. Like we're not just randomly talking about coffee.
Yeah, like there was like he talks about how much he loves coffee, and it's amazing because I relate. Like literally it's in the name of this podcast thing that we're doing.
Yeah. Okay. The next bullet point I would like to go over is phoniness.
It's phoniness. Phoniness. Meaning like spending time on your phone when you're in front of people, like when you're in like supposed to be hanging out with people.
Oh my God, diction.
Diction. Okay.
Diction.
Diction.
Talking about addiction, what about addiction? Oh my God, addiction to phoniness. Oh my gosh, addiction.
Yeah.
It's addiction.
Do you have addiction to anything?
My phone.
Yeah. I think probably coffee. Probably coffee, and then technology.
I'm addicted to water. I drink it every day.
Water is amazing. I don't know how some people don't like water.
I know. My brother, like, never drinks water. I'm just like, well, what the heck? My parents, like, whenever they have meals, like, they'll be like, oh, this is salty. And I just be like, go get some water. And then they just, like, would ignore me. I'm just like, why are y'all complaining that this food is too salty and not even get water?
Oh my, like,
I don't understand.
Can you taste the difference between different types of water?
Yes, literally.
Oh my God, some people can't, and I'm like, how? There's obviously a like difference between the different types of water, and the fact that people can't taste it kind of annoys me. Like,
yeah, like with bottled water and like tap water, like there's like an obvious difference. But like with refrigerator water too, it's like also different, and like different filters have like different tastes. Like my parents bought like this Brita filter from Costco. You know what that is?
Yeah, I have one too.
Yeah, the water from that, I just don't like the taste that much. It makes it taste like kind of metallic, but maybe that's because it's off it. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of whack.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should get back to phoniness.
Yes, phoniness. So
we kind of went off there.
So, what was he talking about with phone?
Yeah, he was talking about like how like when you're like hanging out with someone, like who would you put your phone down for? Like when you're hanging out with them.
Okay,
what's your opinion on that matter?
Okay, well, I already know your opinion, and I disagree with it, but my opinion is that when you're hanging out with people, like, for the most part, like, if you care about them, you shouldn't be using your phone too much, because, like, you're there to hang out with them. But, like, if you're with someone that you literally don't care about, and you're just like, I don't want to be here, I'd say just go on your phone. Like, if I'm on my phone the whole time when I'm around you, I probably don't want to talk to you. So there's my kind of no signal. What is your opinion about it, Maddie?
I feel like it's super rude to be on your phone when you're like talking to someone. Like even if you don't really like them, I feel like it's just kind of a respect thing. Like, oh, I'm not like complete, because I feel like it's basically just ignoring them, and like I can't do that. I feel like it would really hurt their feelings, and I don't want to hurt people's feelings. And like especially if you like actually care about them, like you should put your phone down. Like if you don't put your phone down when you're around people that you actually care about, like that's just messed up. Like when there are certain times and like obviously where like maybe like if you both are comfortable enough, like you've been hanging out for like a long time and you both are kind of just tired and you guys just both go on your phones, like that's fine. But like when you're supposed to be like hanging out and interacting with each other, your phone should not be like in use.
Unless you both are like playing games together.
Yeah, like if you're playing games together or watching videos together or like sharing memes back and forth.
I like how this was all like put your phone down when you're like around people and stuff. But now literally like we're communicating through a phone. Like,
yeah, we're literally recording this podcast on a phone.
Yeah.
Well,
so
phones,
literally
plural.
Phonies.
Phoniness. Yeah.
So, yeah, like for the most part, you should be putting your phones away, but right now, maybe you can use your phone to talk to people. But, you know, I have different opinions.
Yeah,
so.
And it's okay to have different opinions. That's fine. Like, except on certain things. But anyway, we'll not go into that.
Maybe a different
yeah, a different podcast where we go over a different book that's more controversial. Ooh, like, okay, I won't talk about that right now. Anyway, we'll save that for the other podcast. Moving on.
New bullet.
New bullet.
Oh, you choose one of mine.
I think it's my turn.
Yeah.
How about we go to live in the moment? Future is up to nothing in your brain. It is a blank.
Yeah. Okay, literally, do you remember one day in my Snapchat streaks, I low-key had like a revelation. I was like, oh my god, like in the future, like when we go to college, we'll be like a blank slate. Like literally, we could do anything. Think about right now, our careers are not set. Like we can go to like any career we want, you know?
Yeah, I remember I literally replied to that and I was like, yeah, that's like so scary. Like I've been thinking about this like for like ever since like freshman year, because like freshman year like was when like my parents were like, oh, you need to start getting your stuff together and you need to decide what college you want to go to. And I was like, excuse me? And that's like 4 years away. But like now it's like 4 years later and it's like, oh no.
Yeah. But like even after you choose your college, like you still have like a whole life ahead of you. You can still switch majors and it's like you could do anything.
Yeah,
like
literally.
If you want to interior designer, you can do that. If you want to like switch your major up and then like go into engineering, you can do that. Like
yeah, you could even like not go into college. You could take a year off.
You could probably do like multiple jobs too. Like you could probably be like a computer scientist that also designs houses. Like
yeah,
if that's
like a realtor who is also teaching chemistry. I don't know what the heck I'm saying. Anyway.
You could imagine a doctor, like a family doctor, but they're also a stripper.
I feel like that wouldn't work out though. I feel like if the medical people found out about it, they'd be like, no, we don't want you working at our establishment.
I feel like the world should change. Like, it's too stigmatized.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of stupid. Because, they're doing it on their own free time. They're their own person. As long as they're doing their job well and good, who cares?
Yeah, it's they're not even hurting anyone.
If it's not affecting their work, why does it matter?
Yeah. Okay. And living in the moment. Yeah, it's a lot of people are worrying about their past and about their future, and Connor is just saying live in the moment and stop worrying about all those, because you can't really control it. But yeah, I mean, I feel like for the future you do have to worry about it at least a bit, because it's gonna be, and you literally have to live through that, because if you don't think about your future, you're gonna end up with no money and then die.
Yeah, you're gonna screw yourself over.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, next bullet point says respect thy old one. So I have something to say.
Respect thy elders.
Yeah. Okay, I don't think you should respect every elder just because they're old. I know they did do lots of stuff and their life help our lives, and they kind of shape the world we live in, but I'm also what if I don't like the way you shaped it? What if the way you shaped it is not good?
Yeah, I feel with elders, respect has to be earned. You have to earn my respect. You can't just treat me like trash and then expect me to respect you just because you're older than me.
Yeah.
It's not how it works.
Yeah. Okay, you can just go on. Let's move on. Next bullet point.
Discovery of the self.
Discovery of the self. Yeah.
Feelings.
So, this is the chapter titled "The Long Road to Me," right? Yeah. So in this chapter, Connor talked about figuring out his sexuality and wait, is that all he talked about?
I think kind of his journey to accept himself or that side of him, I guess. That part of him. Yeah,
and then later on his friends accepted him, and it turned out that it wasn't as big of a deal as he thought it was. Most people were just oh, okay, we still love you. That's really nice. So, and throughout a lot of it though, before he came out, I feel it was a different time back then. It was not accepted when he was in school, and after high school, I think it got a lot better for him. So that's good. But in the beginning he felt really alone. There was no one else like him.
Yeah.
And I can say it is. Or you go.
Never mind.
What do you mean, never mind? Maddie.
Never mind. Just. This is why I don't speak. Anyway, continue.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so I can say that I do understand this because before I came out to people, I thought I was kind of alone, maybe felt weird. It didn't feel normal, and it's just like, okay, why is it like this? But like later on, you find out like a lot of people are in similar situations as you. Like a lot, like even if they aren't, it's still okay. You know, it's not like you're trying to hurt people. And like, yeah. But a lot of this chapter is also talking about like how everyone's trying to discover who they are, and like that doesn't just happen in high school or just in college. It happens for your entire life. And it's kind of crazy that in like elementary school and middle school, like, you know how every class they would just be like, oh, do this project about who you are, and it's kind of like, I don't know who I am. Like, I always struggled with those because I was just like, okay, so do I just like put down all the games I play or something? Like, like, what am I supposed to put down? You know?
Yeah.
Your favorite color. Like, that doesn't tell that much about you.
Yeah. I kind of like think about like that, like when I think about like perspective of like yourself, like everyone has a different like perspective of who you are. And like that kind of freaks me out occasionally, because it's like someone can think this way of you and someone can think this way of you and someone can think this way of you. And then like you also have a perspective of yourself. So like you can never like truly know who you are as a person. You can only like have that perspective of yourself. Just kind of.
I feel like the perspective of yourself is really the one that matters the most. Because like, yeah, different people are gonna think different things of you. Because like, maybe one day you accidentally step on someone's foot and that's what they remember you by. But like, maybe for a different person, you like help them learn how to do a math problem. You know, like. Different people will have different things. What really matters is what you think about yourself, because like you aren't the other person, you're you. And like kind of like what his mom said, like if you're okay with yourself, like no one can hurt you, and if you understand yourself, like you probably won't really feel as bad about it, you know?
Yes. The wisdom of the Madre.
Of Damaga.
The Madre. Intelligent.
Okay.
The knowledge.
Okay, next bullet point. Did I choose the next one? Yeah, I think I did.
I have no idea.
Okay, does it really get better? Roll up and down
Up and down
of emotions.
Yeah, like does it really get better?
So there's a chapter that says it gets better, really.
When I think of that question, I just think of like that little thing where it's like the no, but with like the red heart emoji. Just no. I don't know why I think of that, and I think that's hilarious.
Wow. It's like, does it get better? No, red heart.
No.
Lovely.
It doesn't get better.
Wow. Yeah, because like in the chapter, what Connor really talks about is like how before you can get better, like you do have to struggle, and the struggle is what makes you stronger. You know, after you go through a moment of hardship, you come out of it knowing how to deal with it. And like there's this really good quote that I underlined in the book. It says, But instead of resisting the struggle like I did, embrace it, accept it, and give the matter time to figure itself out.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is like you're struggling. Yes, that's okay. You need to embrace it. You need to accept it. And like, one day it probably will get better from that moment.
Mhm. Like we were kind of talking about it earlier, but like sometimes when people like remind you that like it will get better, sometimes it's not like really the right thing to hear when you're in a bad place, because sometimes it does get worse, and people don't realize that sometimes it does have to get worse. Like maybe you're just like starting to go down the hill and it's already bad, but like you all have to make it to the bottom before you can go back up. And like enforcing that mindset on people that like it will get better can be like, oh, why isn't it, like what you said kind of earlier, it's like, well, why isn't it better yet? And like that can be really harmful to some people. So it's not really a good thing to say.
And like you're feeling. Wait, oh my God, Maddie just disconnected. Wait, are you still here, Maddie?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, I just heard this sound. I was like, what? Okay.
Oh, that's my laptop. I got a Discord notification.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, I'm used to hearing, like, the Discord sound of it, like, turning off. And I'm just like, wait, what? Did you leave the call? But, like, that's not, like,
no, I didn't leave. I'm still here. Sadly, just kidding.
Wow, I didn't know you were so fake.
Funny.
Let's tell your mom. I'm gonna text your mom.
Don't make that a regular thing. That would be really weird.
I know.
That'd be really like you and my mom just become friends. You just text all the time.
That's to your house and be like, hey.
Hey.
So, like, this and this at school.
Like you guys hang out without me. Like,
imagine.
If you ever do that, I will be so sad. You'd be like, oh, I've been forgotten. So sad. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway,
Next one.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about, does it really get better?
I mean, like, okay, yeah,
we
imagine.
It, I think.
Yeah, but like, imagine being
what?
in a place where like you're feeling really bad, like like the transition from high school to college. Like a lot of people go like, it'll get better, and like when you're in college, it's not better, and you're just imagine feeling like that. Like they said it'll get better. Why isn't it better? What's wrong with me? There's something wrong with me. It's supposed to get better, and it's not. And like,
yeah, you could even apply it to like what's happening right now, like everyone, like with the like virus and everything. Oh, it'll get better, and like oh, it's fine, and people are like stop taking it seriously. But like I feel like that's only gonna make it worse, and people don't realize that yet.
And like the fires, like gender reveal. Oh my God, fires.
Oh my God. Oh, this is completely unrelated, but, like, my brother was playing video games, and, like, I was talking to, like, the, like, people while he was playing, which is kind of fun because I annoy them a lot because I sound like a girl, obviously. So they get really annoyed because my brother's good at it, and so they think I'm killing them. But anyway, that's besides the point. So they were talking about how, like, California has, like, a bunch of major issues. And so, like, I basically went on there and it was like, yeah, we literally be on fire. And, like, they all laughed at me, and I was like, yes, I succeeded in making people laugh. Yeah, completely unrelated, but I thought that was funny. Anyway.
Yummy, delicious food. love that.
We do. We love that.
Okay. So you want to go, like, pick the next bullet?
The next one is what makes you happy. What makes you happy, Sam?
Plan.
Plants! Yes, the name of our podcast. Plants and coffee.
Tissues.
Coffee.
Tissues are plants, yes.
Tissues? Tissues
Yeah,
make you happy?
Because, like, I need to blow my nose a lot. And, like, when I blow my nose, like, when the booger finally comes out, oh, it makes me happy.
Okay. Okay, then. I'd say people. People make me happy most of the time when they're not hurting my feelings.
Or annoying you.
I feel so bad the other day, though. Like, I think I accidentally, like, didn't talk to Mrs. Parcel, but it wasn't because I didn't want to. It's because my mic wasn't working, and she was, like, saying, Maddie, Maddie, and I was, like, trying to talk, and it wasn't working, and I felt so bad. But it's fine.
Oh.
I was trying to, like, it was not working. But I feel really bad about it, but it'll be fine. Yeah.
It's
anyway,
fine. Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyway, ciao.
Ciao. Anyways. Next bullet point.
The next bullet point. Let's see. Risky business. Comfort zone go.
Risque business. I don't remember. Oh, this was take risks to get what you want.
Huh?
He was talking about going to LA.
Oh, okay.
How he took that leap of faith and went with Ricky Dillon to LA, and they created O2L. I actually used to watch O2L. O2L was lit.
I had no idea that existed until I read it in the book.
Yeah, once I heard Ricky, I was like, oh my god, is this Ricky Dillon? And then they were like, oh yeah, Ricky Dillon. I was like, yes. I still occasionally watch Ricky Dillon. He's pretty cool, I guess.
I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, I know. It's fine, Sam. It's fine.
I don't know her.
I don't know her.
I don't know her.
Anyway. Risque business. Comfort zone combo.
Yeah.
So you have to take risks.
Yeah. Because, like, with, like, success, like, yeah, you need to, like, take risks so that you can, like, actually get somewhere. Like, a lot of people do talk about this, but, like, you know, a lot of people are afraid of taking risks, and that's why this is talked about a lot.
Yeah, kind of like with the thing we were talking about earlier with, like, like, is it worth it to go into the arts? Like, it's very risky. Like,
yeah.
You're taking a big, like, risk. And, like, even one of the chapters is called, like, a leap of faith. Like, yeah, like, you really have to, like, jump, like, wholeheartedly into something that you're really passionate about if you do, like, because it is a big risk.
Yeah. And, like, you know, when you think about the most successful people, those are usually the people who take the most risks. Like, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. For some reason, I'm thinking about Michelangelo, but I have no idea what he did.
Michelangelo?
He's, like, some painter guy, right?
Yeah, he painted the ceiling of the, like, church.
The Sistine Chapel?
I think.
The Sistine Chapel?
No, I think it's I have no idea. Let me look it up. Michelangelo. Michelangelo, we love you. Just kidding, I don't love you. And he's an Italian sculptor, painter, architect, and poet. He was a poet. Interesting.
Yeah, but, like, see, like, those are, like, all stuff in, like, the arts, and, like, people know his name. People know his name.
Yeah, but what did he do? He did the Sistine Chapel ceiling.
Yeah.
He also did David. He sculpted David.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
David.
Oh, David.
David. Well,
Yeah.
we'll not talk about that, but okay.
Oh yeah, I just got that. We no, we're not talking about David. David can no. Sam is for English class.
Okay, so next bullet point. Let's see. We already kind of like talked about things, so let's go on like donations to charity.
Donation to charity. Yeah, this was when he was like talking about like how he held like a live stream or whatever, right?
Oh yeah.
And he raised money.
Yeah, because like
for water. I think it was water, right?
Yeah, it was like water for like these people in Africa.
Mhm.
Yeah, and yeah, it's like kind of crazy because like if you have that much power, like that much influence, like so many people know you, watch your videos, and like especially with YouTube, they connect with you on a personal level. They're more likely to donate to this charity, and I mean, the fact that he's promoting it is like really great. Yeah.
Mhm. I like how like a lot of like YouTubers and like social media influencers use their platform to like raise money for charity, and I think that's like really cool. Like,
Yeah. The only thing is you need to like be careful on like which charities you donate to. Like make sure they're like credible and they'll like actually help. But it seems like he did his research, and this charity is like you give them water, and like since they have like water, like they dig a well, and then they get the water from the well, and since they get the water like where they are, like people won't have to go and run all the way to the river to get water, which like saves them time, so they can like start focusing on like education, because they don't have to spend the time to go get water. And their water's clean, so they won't get sick as much. So like the medical bills go down, and overall like helps them with a lot of things just by giving them some like accessible water. So that's really good.
Are we going to move on to the next bullet point?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, the next bullet point is life does not wait. It has no patience for anything.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your powerful anecdote about that?
Yeah, sure. So, there was...
That sounded very, like... That sounded very, like, you were like, not really, but yeah, I'll do it. You're the one that added that, and you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, I did.
Anyway.
Yeah, I do. Like,
okay, talk about it.
Okay, fine, I'll talk about it. So there was, like, this stranger that he was talking to, like, I think it was, like, his Uber driver, and then, like, they were like, oh, my God, and then he was like, oh, my God. Like, they were talking about, like, how the Uber driver, like...
Okay, slow down. You're talking way too fast.
Okay, fine. So there was this Uber driver, and his brother and his father had like these 9-to-5 jobs that they didn't enjoy doing, and they both were like, "Oh, I'm doing this now so I can rest later and have a good life." So like, they're all depending on like, "Oh, I'll live later and like enjoy the money I have." But what happened to them was that they both died before they were able to enjoy stuff.
To do that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like you have to do everything now or else you're going to, like, I mean, you won't be certain to die, but, like, you could die at any moment. And that's kind of like...
Yeah, freshman year, like, I don't remember, I think I've talked to you about this before, but freshman year, like, this, like, I talked to you about Joe, right?
Joe.
Joe.
Was he? Oh my God, was he like that clerk guy or something? Like he worked
Clerk?
at the store?
No.
I don't know. Who's Joe?
Okay, Joe was like basically my second father figure when I was little, and like he died freshman year of cancer.
Oh.
And he died like right after he retired.
Oh my God.
Because he like had waited so long to retire because he was like, because they were like, oh my God, you get so many more benefits if you just wait those 5 years and wait this long and continue. But like then like once he retired, he got cancer and then passed away. So it's like a real life example of existence.
That is like crazy.
Yeah, it was really sad. That's good.
Yeah. And that was our last bullet point. Do you have anything else to say?
No. Our last bullet point. Wait. Is death. Happy.
Death. We love that.
Death.
Okay.
With a smiley face. Yes. What do you think of death?
I think, like, what do I think after you die? Or, like, what?
What do you think of the dark? Okay, like, I saw this thing where it was like, oh, what you think of the dark is how you see death. And I was like, oh, okay.
I think the dark is, like, just there, and I don't think about it that much. It's, like, just there.
Is that how you think about death?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I feel like death, you die, and then it's just nothingness. You don't think about anything. You just stop existing. Yeah.
I hate the dark.
You do?
Yes,
Wait,
I don't like the dark.
We
discussed this.
Yeah.
I don't. Dark and me do not mix. So, like...
Wait, like, are you scared of... Are you,
I'm
afraid?
not scared of the... I'm not... No. I wasn't very confident.
You were not very confident?
Moving on. We're moving on. That's the end of the podcast.
That's the end of the book. I feel like that was, an hour and a half.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, are we supposed to, what's the opposite of an intro? An outro!
Yes, an outro. Okay, so, let's see. Cue the non-existent music. Right? Yeah. Okay. And then here's where we plug our social media. You go follow me on Instagram. It's _child QIAO. Maddie, what's your Instagram?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it's at @thingsboop. Or at @boopbink. One or the other. Let me go check.
At boopbink or at
boopbink. Boopbink is my
How do you spell that? I don't say
BOOPBINK.
Boopbink. There you go. Yeah. If you enjoyed this podcast, give it a like, even though I don't think you're able to do that because, we're probably just going to email it to Miss Salvador. But, yeah.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Salvatore. I hope you enjoyed. If you even got to this point, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Wait, should we, actually post it? Should I post it on YouTube? I could.
Honestly, that would be kind of sick. We just put a coffee plant review channel.
Yeah.
Honestly, our phone calls would be pretty interesting to just record and put on there.
Yes, coffee plant review. Honestly,
yes. Coffee plant review.
I am going to start that. Okay.
Okay, you're going to start our YouTube channel?
That's the end. Let's say bye together. Bye.
Oh, bye.